And we're live.
What's going on, everyone? Trav and Jay. What's your Trav and Jay Wired Podcast? The last episode.
The final episode.
The final episode of our podcast. It was short and sweet.
Yeah. As you can see, now that we're ending it, we've upgraded.
We
got some new mics. We've got a ring light, and we've got a green screen behind us.
Yeah.
But for a reason.
There's a big reason for this.
Yeah.
So we have come to the conclusion that we're going to basically end the Trav and Jay Wired podcast for a few reasons. One, it never really got a lot of traction, which is fine. That's okay. Also, we were kind of running out of ideas. Like, we were just kind of like recapping videos, but we kind of realized that's probably kind of boring. Like, if you watched our videos, there's no point in us just talking about the video. Like, it's kind of boring. So we figured, we need to change things, take things into a different direction. So ultimately, we've decided to put an end to the Trav and Jay Wired podcast. But yeah, I'm sorry, it's sad. But at the same time, the channel's still happening. Trav and Jay Outdoors. We're still saying all our stuff's still on YouTube. Yeah. The podcast all the previous episodes will stay up and live, so you can watch them whenever you want. But the channel's going to keep going. We have a lot of cool things planned. Things are changing. We got lots of stuff that we're going to be doing coming up soon. So the YouTube channel is still a thing. Just the podcast is ending. So don't worry about that. Your Trav and Jay boys are still around.
Yep. It's just the wired version is getting cut off.
Bye-bye, wired.
Yeah.
We're going back to, we introduced that part of it, but ultimately, I mean, we're an outdoors YouTube channel. So there wasn't really much point in us being online in house. That's not what we do. We're supposed to be outdoors, right?
Right.
So we're going to call all that to an end. Probably no more podcast. Honestly, probably won't be doing any more of the video game stuff either, I imagine. We'll see. But
we do want to say thank you for those of you who did tune into the podcast or watched our Wired videos, because we had a fun time doing them. And those of you that watched, hopefully you didn't hate it too much.
Yeah, we do really appreciate it. I mean, we hate ending things and canceling stuff, because we just recently put it into our Patreon account. Now we're putting it into the podcast. And the only reason is because we want to take things into a different direction. We want to focus more on making our YouTube content, our TikToks and stuff like that. And we just didn't really see a point to the podcast, honestly.
And we just had a new idea.
We do have a new idea. I'll let Jordan kind
of
explain this one.
Yeah, so for me personally, I've been a lifelong sports fan when it comes to football, basketball, all kinds of other sports. And Travis, he's also a fan, but he is not nearly as in tuned with the sports world as I have been.
Yeah.
I take in sports media through podcasts, TV, pretty much daily. I watch games as much as I can. And while Travis enjoys it, he does not spend as much time doing it as me.
Yeah. So, I watch during the main tournaments. So when we're in the NCAA tournament stuff, I'll watch and stuff like that. And I enjoy keeping up with my teams, but I'm definitely not on Jordan's level.
So as much sports media as I take in, I think I need a little bit of an outlet, and Travis is here to help me out with that.
That's
right. If you're watching online, logo here, Travis and I have decided to start the Dumb, the Smart, and the Sports. This is going to be our new sports podcast where we talk everything about sports, and while Travis is not actually dumb when it comes to sports, he's going to have the dumb side of things. And then I'll bring what sports knowledge I have to the conversation, and then we're just going to talk about it, chat it up, and just give you that perspective that we don't think is really out there. We don't really have a sports podcast that kind of takes this route. So hopefully this is something new and fun and interesting, and I think we're going to have a blast doing it.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this podcast that we're going to be doing is a whole new thing. It's not part of Trav and Jay.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be on the Trav and Jay YouTube channel. It's not going to be on our Trav and Jay stuff. It is going to be its own standalone podcast on its own thing, its own YouTube channel, own everything. So it's completely separate.
So if you guys are interested in keeping up with that, just go find us on YouTube at
you don't forget. It's new, okay?
Yeah. I think
it's at Dumb Smart Sports.
Dumb Smart Sports. That's kind of the short way of saying it. the dumb, the smart, and the sports is a long username. So,
so
at Dumb Smart Sports on your YouTube channel, or if you find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anything that you use to listen to your podcast.
Yeah. So that's where we're going. That's the change. That's the big announcement. So we're excited about it. It's going to be a new journey. Definitely for Jordan. He's going to be probably the brains behind this operation. And I'll be the dumb brain.
I think you'll love Travis's take on different types of sports content, things that people talk about on TV all the time. Just a different perspective. And maybe the average fan can connect more to this podcast than those who think that who talk about it and know everything there is to know about it. That you get two sides of the spectrum here. So
think about it in terms of like Jordan's going to give the smart, detailed version of what's happening in whatever sport we're talking about at that time. I'm going to give you the dumbed down version. So if that helps.
Yeah. So we're super excited about this. We hope you guys join us over there. But if not, please stay tuned into the Trav and J YouTube channel because we're going to continue doing our great things there.
Oh, yeah. Lots of cool stuff coming. So make sure to stay on top of that. We'll miss you on the Trav J Wired Podcast, but we'll still be around on the YouTube channel. And we'll probably, my plan that I haven't really told Jordan about too much is that we're going to focus, I think, or I'd like to focus more on creating more like Instagram stories, Reels, TikToks, and stuff like that. Really trying to hit that world a little bit more. And maybe we'll be doing some more live videos too. I'd like to do more live videos. That can be, in a sense, maybe our Trav and J replacement for podcasts. So doing some live videos from the field. So I'm not talking about sitting like where we're at now. Actually doing live videos from out where we're out. As long as we have service to do it. So that's the kicker. But yeah, that's the go.
Well, I think that just about wraps up this final edition of Trav and J Wired.
Yep.
So thank you guys again for watching, and for one last time, stay wired.
Boom. Goodbye, everybody.